Mixing with my career building tips, starting a career in music production. So at some point, in everyone's sort of desire to do music production or be an engineer or do something in music for a living, there comes a point where you have to make a decision to actually do it and sort of set a goal and sort of take that leap, that blind leap of faith into the business and just start doing it. Because along the way, you're going to get your bumps and bruises. You're going to go through difficult times. You may go through, some financial difficulties and things along the way. But at some point, you have to commit to doing it in order to really be successful at it. And this is just something that's really true with almost anything. When you get into the music business, you have to think from the perspective of you're really want to be employing yourself. You want to be self-employed, or you want to basically what amounts to own your own business. And I think one of the difficult things that people have the hardest time getting over in terms of making a career is that they are looking for a job. And the job thing for most positions leads to a limited satisfaction because you never really have the entire full freedom, which may be the reason why you're getting into music in the first place. So everybody is different and everybody has different needs, and you can target them in different ways. So if you really are the type of person that wants to do music and needs stability, you can go more towards the job direction and work in that way where you're being employed by somebody. If you want to be more free flowing, kind of, you have more of an entrepreneurial spirit, a free spirit, you're just open to things like not knowing what's going to happen 6 months from now or 3 months from now or even next week, then you want to be going from the mindset of just diving in and having faith that things are going to happen and fall into the right place. And what happens is that you become incredibly resourceful when you commit to something. Like if you say, you know what, I don't have a backup plan, I'm diving in, I'm going to do this full bore, you become incredibly resourceful about making those phone calls to get the gigs in a way that maybe you didn't do before. And it forces you to be more aggressive about the way you work, more particular about the way you work, in terms of like the detail and perfection with the quality of your work and making sure that you get things done as good as possible to impress people. And when people start working with you, when you start getting clients, that starts to build a momentum of trust. Like they understand that you're all in, that you're fully committed. And those are aspects that, or personality traits that artists and clients look for. They want somebody who is all in on something to work on their project. It has the same passion for audio and music that they have, not somebody who's half in. And that's really the way that you get started in music production. For myself, it's like I had a very clear idea of what I wanted to do when I was coming out of college. And I realized the only place I was going to be able to do it was to do it in New York because I had no desire for Los Angeles or Nashville. And so I moved to New York not knowing anybody. And I just completely dove in and every day made a phone call, visit a studio, knocked on a door, done something to kind of help propel my career forward in some way. And little by little, step by step, things started to fall into place. But without diving in and making that commitment, I would not have knocked on as many doors. I would not have made as many phone calls. I would not have met as many people. And therefore, the opportunities would have been less. And the more opportunities you have, the more opportunity you have for one of those to be successful, for that door to open. And this is a perfect lead in for the Career Builder course because this sort of defines how you will be successful in terms of making a career in music production. There are a lot of people doing it. So what separates you from the next person? That's the commitment. And that's the whole thing. And that's where we pick up with the Career Builder course. And that's what that whole design is, and the way that I've structured it is all about, and to focus on the very particular elements that go into that. Anyway, there's the mixing with my career building tips, starting a career in music production, a lead into the Career Builder course.